Good afternoon, everybody. Here's another wee one. This is another Volkswagen. This is a Golf Mark 5. This car's registered in '09, but they only really made them up to '08, so I think it's January '09. It's a 2 litre TDI. It's 140 horsepower. It's a GT turbo, it's called. And it pulls like a train. This car is 190,000 miles in this car. So it's a bit of a regular customer. I do a lot of things. There's things starting to fail on them. But parts are readily available and pretty cheap. So he has an ABS light on, and we see here there's two codes there for mechanical malfunction and plausible signal, both left rear. There's a voltage codes in it too, but he put a new battery in it not too long ago. So there's a lot of voltage related codes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the right hand rear sensor and just look at the live data. So this should be a known good, because the ECU is reporting problems with the left. So this is a right hand one. We're going to see what an acceptable signal looks like. Car's up in the air. We're going to spin the wheel there a few times, try and do it as normal speed, constant speed as it can. We can see it going up and down a wee bit there, but it's going between 2 and 3 and 4. I think that's kph. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's a fairly constant signal. So what I'm looking for is dropouts and massive spikes and stuff. So here we are here at the left hand side, the left rear. So we're going to go into the scan data with that. I think I pressed the wrong one there, but we're going to do it now. Into the left. Great wee tool, this handheld Bluetooth touchscreen. Makes it so easy. So look at that for a signal. That, I don't know if you can see that there, but the big spike there is right up to 12 kilometers an hour. So I don't think I'm spinning it with my hand at 12. Now, I was going to put the Pico scope and stuff like that, and demonstrate maybe using the waveform generator on the wee Pico 2000 series and stuff, but this is proven wiring integrity and all that, because it is getting the signal. It's just that the signal is all over the show. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to just change this sensor. Now, I'm not throwing parts at this car. This sensor is original, and they're only 20 quid and to buy. As I say, these Mark 5 Golf parts are readily available, and they're pretty cheap, because a lot of these parts fit the whole Volkswagen Skoda range. They're all the same. So quite easy popped out. Usually they'll come out without taking wheel burns off or hub burns off. They just come out the back, give it a bit of a prise. The only thing I'm doing here, I'm actually using the old sensor to ream the rust out of the hole there, because it's a wee bit sticky. What I don't want to be doing is hammering in the new sensor. I don't want to be putting any sort of force on. It's only made of plastic, and I don't want to break the new one. So I'm going to make sure this hole is get all rid of that rust, and you can see it starting to flow out, that brown colour of rust. So still wasn't happy with it, so I got a wee round file there and give it a wee bit of a ream with a round file, another couple of squirts of panther juice, and we just can't go in and out with this, have to go round and round. Don't want to damage the ABS ring that the sensor is looking onto. So we're going to give that a wee ream out and make sure the new sensor, just so that it just fits in by hand with hardly any force at all. So giving another squirt there with panther juice, as they call it. So that's the new sensor in. Wee small Allen. One wee thing to note there, when you're putting an Allen key head on it, you want to give it a couple of taps in. Very, very easy to strip the heads of those wee Allens, and they're an awkward enough wee place. So we're just giving it a wee light tighten, more or less hand tighten, and click. No, not yet. Click. That's it. Torqued up. So I've tapped it in that much. It's now a wee bit sticky coming out. With a couple of wiggles, so it should come out alright. A couple of wee taps maybe. And that's it out. So, yeah, very, very easy to strip those wee Allen heads, and if you do that, it can be a real pain. You could spend half an hour getting that wee boy out there, and you don't want to break it or make a fairly simple job very, very difficult. So moving on, we'll connect our wiring back on again. Another wee thing is that wee tab, you have to give it a good old push to get it clicked on. You need to make sure it's clicked on because you don't want it popping off for a bump or something. So that's a new sensor. We use the Delphi sensors. They're cheap enough, they're maybe 20 quid. So we'll give it a wee scoot to see what the difference is here. So it has made there is a change there. It's not jumping away up to 12 kilometers an hour, but still, as we can see, it's dropping away down this time. So it's actually dropping out, and it's dropping out on a fairly regular basis. So I'm trying to spin the wheel as constant or as consistently as I can there. And as we can see there's regular dropouts and severe dropout to nearly zero. So if you look at the spaces between those downward spikes, they're all very even. So that's telling me that we have a tooth missing in the magnetic pickup ring. And look how even those bottom spikes are. So that's came to a halt there. I think I give it an RV spin there. But again, consistent dropouts. So it's up and down to you, but the sensor, it's not going way high now, it's actually going low. So you can see all those dropouts there, and that's it back down to zero. So wheel burn off, have a wee look at the back of the wheel burn. That's the stub axle. Some of these nuts here, they can be very, very tight holding these on. So I use a 3/4 inch breaker bar. 1/2 inch one will just bend. So we're going to just check the pickup ring here. This wee thing that picks up magnets, magnetism there. So the wee X-ray thing. So if we have a wee look around, we can inspect the segments, and we can go around there. We see a massive big gap there. We can actually see it without that. Anyway. So we'll go on around. There's actually half the teeth are missing there. Oh, just dropped it. Half the teeth are missing around that portion there. There's good looking segments there. And we'll come around again, and there's another big gap. And we'll go around again. There's segments. So we can actually see the gaps, but also around the top end there. So that's a handy wee checker there. You can pick them up for a couple of £, or sometimes I like SKF and people like that and give them away for free. So motor factors would have them kicking about. So you can see there's bits of that's missing, and that wheel burn wasn't noisy, but the corrosion has actually pushed the magnetic ring into the sensor, and the sensor has ripped them off. So that's the new wheel burn on with the new sensor, and look at the difference. It's pretty straight, and those wee spikes going up, that's me just increasing the speed that wee bit. That's hard to do consistently with your hand. Every time I take my hand off, it obviously slows down that wee bit. So, but what we're looking for here is a fairly smooth line. And if it does jump up, it doesn't jump up dramatically. It doesn't drop down dramatically. So there's a nice smooth line there. 5 or 6 kph. That's it, just moving between 5 and 6. Those wee upward movements. That's it, slowing down a wee bit to 3 or thereabouts. So there's live data telling you, near enough telling you what's wrong with the thing. So that's the big bolt that comes out of it. That's some torque in that. That's the original sensor. So what I noticed with it was you can see the witness marks on the end of the sensor where it's been scraping along that magnetic ring, and that's what's actually removed the segments on us. And as I say, corrosion has built up and has pushed it in the magnetic ring into the sensor, and the wee groove just fits in lovely there. So you can see where it's been what's been happening. So if we had kept that wheel burn in, it would have just destroyed that new sensor, but because we had segments missing, the ABS problem wouldn't have been fixed, and the guy driving down the road, the ABS light would have come on again, that's for sure. So here we are. We took it for a test drive, new bearing fitted, took it out for a bit of a run. Went to the shops and got back again, and having a look into the brake module there, and just to see if everything's okay, just to verify that the repair and there's no fault codes. So that's great. We're going to call that a fix then. So a new wheel bearing and a new sensor. No wiring checks needed done, no wiring integrity, because the signal was actually present. So I was happy enough for that. If you get codes that if anything detail on circuit failure or whatever, then you're into checking wiring integrity. And as I say, I was going to put the Pico scope on. So that's about it. That's about it for this one. So thanks for watching and hope this helps somebody. Okay, bye bye now.